Welcome to BaldHeaded Metal, guys, and welcome back to another reaction. Now, band I've heard the name a lot. Avatar. I like Avatar the movie. Just want to say that out loud before we continue. But it's going to be their song "Valley of the Disease." By that name, it's probably a death metal band. I don't know anything about them. I don't know what to expect. I'm going in blind. For those who are fans of the band, just be prepared. I'm going to voice my opinion, but I do it for the sake of conversation rather than a criticism of an artist, because I think it makes it for a more interesting reaction. We got something to talk about. So do keep that in mind. It's not, don't take it personally. A lot of the times I see people take some of my opinions very personally, like I attack their interests or something like that. I think it comes more from a place of my personal feelings, and then we can kind of discuss our back and forths about it. So let's see what we got here. And if you enjoyed this kind of reaction, guys, make sure to subscribe below for more. And let me get some recommendations for some old school of bands that you guys really enjoy. I so far like this. It has a certain simplicity, but grooviness and kind of addictive quality to the riff that's attracting me to it. I'm going to be paying attention to the course of the 4 minutes, how the song changes and shapes. But right off the bat, I like the sound it has and kind of the aggressive. It has a modern, like, kind of thing to it that I can't point my finger to. That does make it. It's like it doesn't sound like an old school death metal band. But so far, all the ingredients in the pot, I'm enjoying it. This reminds me also of Orbit Culture for some reason. I don't know why. It has that modern thing to it. Because I usually frown upon, and I know it's a reflex. It's not because it's bad, but it's like a reflex. Like, oh, it's a new thing. Oh, it's probably gonna do it in such a way, and you like shrivel up, and then you'll hear something like Orbit Culture, like Lorna Shore, or actually like Avatar, and it's like, oh shit, this is modern, but it's great, and you realize what kind of a dumbass you're being, you know. I'm always willing to admit when I'm wrong or I'm being a dumbass, because otherwise you never discover things that are outside of your comfort zone. It is a bit on the simplistic side. That's the only thing so far. Like, I want a couple of riff changes that are just like really cool, or breakdowns, or something in the middle that really solidifies the rest of the song. But I do like, in that kind of style, heavy metal, extreme metal. That's an interesting switch. Was not expecting that. Yeah, I would give this is a solid single. This would get me interested in the band. I would want to check out more from them. I would want to see what it's all about. But at the end of the day, this song is on the simplistic side, meaning that even the lyrics are very repetitive. There's not a lot to the lyrics. They seem interesting. I didn't really dive deep into everything, but the chorus line repeats a lot. There's interesting riffage going on, but you would want some kind of maybe a change, or maybe a tempo change, just something to add a little bit extra to the song. Be a little bit more creative with some of the riffs, but at the same time, the general sound and the general, like, maybe it's not the best representation of what Avatar is. Like there's other songs that kind of represent it. Sometimes a more simplistic song has its place in a perspective of an album. Perhaps you're getting a lot of changes in certain songs, and then you have this more simplistic ride to kind of even out the whole feeling of the album. Like, not every song needs to be super complex. That would definitely make me want to dive into Avatar a little bit more. Perhaps you guys can recommend something from their old albums, which is really good. Awesome. Now I want to hear from you guys, your opinion on this song, especially if you're a fan of Avatar. Like, and what attracts you to this particular band? What is a good representation of the band? It's exciting. I think a lot of times I'm doing reactions to bands I otherwise would never listen to, because, like, I want to spread my wings in the reactions, not just cover the same bands, and from time to time do different stuff. Sometimes dive in back into the past. Sometimes stick with what's current, because I'm actually better about keeping up with the past than I am keeping up with the current stuff. Because it could be sometimes fatiguing to keep hearing new things, like you want to hear your comfort zone stuff. So you guys do force me out of my bubble to hear something that's a little bit different. I don't always like what I hear, but it's still interesting to be able to give yourself a chance to discover something new. So that's why I discovered bands like Persephone and really, really love the sound, Orbit Culture, Lorna Shore. Slaughter to Prevail. Guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe out there, and most of all, keep it metal.